We're good? Beautiful. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2021 Owatonna Educators Awards and Recognition event. I'm not going to call it a banquet this year, but I am Todd Andrickson. As president, I have the distinct honor of hosting this event on an annual basis. Typically, this event is held out at the Monterey. It's a banquet complete with food and drink, a silent auction to raise money for the Mickelson Scholarship, of which you all are more than welcome to contribute to. Just go see our new treasurer, Ms. Randall. For future teachers, we give out 2 scholarships each year. We're going to have a recognition, or we would have a recognition of teachers of various feats of awesomeness and the naming of our Teacher of the Year. Right now, our Teachers of the Year would normally be pushing their salads around or trying to figure out, is it me? If it is me, what's it going to be like? And they all get a little bit nervous about this. Enjoy your meal, or in this case, enjoy your cupcake. In short, this is going to be a 3-hour tour. Well, actually, it's only going to be 1 hour. Let me bring you up to speed with what we've done so far. Last week at the groundbreaking for the new OHS, we honored our Friends of Education. Each received a statue or plaque in appreciation of their support. We honored Federated Insurance Company, Wenger, Viricon, Gopher Sport, Mayo Clinic Health Systems Owatonna, and the family of Dorothy and Jerome Ripka. We honored the Vote Yes Committee and their core committee members of Bob Watring, Seth Madole, Bob Rinaldi, Samantha Hartman, Ryan Gillespie, Mike Beckman, Kurt Orchard, Matt Kotke, and of course, Peng Olson. This town would be very different without all the great work of Peng Olson. And of course, we honored Education Minnesota's Jim Meyer, who kept us knee-deep in phoneless computers and positive pushes forward. A special thank you again to all of them. This morning, Superintendent Elstead and I delivered framed plaques to teachers who have been here for 25 years, including myself, Lynn Hillman Jensen at Washington, Catherine Haberman at OMS, and Dan Lear at OHS. Tomorrow I will deliver a plant and gift card to honorees who served 30 years in our district, including Bill McClintock and Kevin Stelter. Bill is at Wilson and Kevin is at OHS. I'd like to give a special thank you to Tony Schutte of Educational Financial Services for underwriting these thank yous. There's a plant and a significant gift card that he is giving to them as well. So a special thank you, Tony. Now, this wouldn't be an educational event if I didn't provide some education. So let's do a little math. Prior to July 1st, 1989, 22 plus 34 equals 56. 56 plus 34 equals rule of 90. You would graduate from college at age 22, work for 34 years to age 56, add those 34 years to your age, 56, and that equals 90. You could retire with full benefits. New math. To retire with full benefits now, if you were hired after July 1st, 1989, you have what's called the rule of 92 or the rule of 102, depending on which way you want to go. You still need to graduate at 22 and meet 2 of the requirements, 30 years of teaching and be at least age 62. So you graduate at 22, work for 40 years to age 62, retire at the rule of 102, or you can graduate at 22, work for 30 years, quit at age 52, go do something else for 10 years, and then officially retire at age 62. The rule of 92. So why do I tell you all that? Well, most teachers would retire before reaching 35, 40, or 45 years of teaching. And doing anything that long, let alone in the same district, is outstanding and should be recognized. I always think about it after every banquet, as one person tugs me on the arm and says, yeah, I've hit 43 years and I'm going out next year. I've hit 45 years. And I always forget to do anything until the following year. Now, not this year, baby. We got it remembered. We figured it out, right? Thanks to Tony and his group at EFS, we are going to honor some people today above and beyond what's in your program. We are going to honor Sue Erickson, who's been a district-wide adaptive PE teacher for 35 years. She finished her 35th year this year. Rose Ragetz, who's also retiring this year, completed 35 years last year, and Tony said, we'll take care of her. We'll take care of her. And then Julie Bauer. And if you've ever met Julie, you would know that 40 years in the district must be a messed up number somewhere, but I checked with HR, they say it's legit, but she bounces around like she's 15, 18 years old. She's just all over the place. You'd never know that she's put in that much time. So Julie, we're going to recognize you and your 40 years of teaching in this district as well. Now, tomorrow I'm going to drop off their gifts, their plants, their gift cards. And to the three of you, I want to say thank you for your time, dedication to our community, our kids, and our profession. Mr. Elstead, this is your cue to start heading on up. Hopefully, this will become a new tradition as future presidents continue to look at honoring those folks who are going to be required to work 35 and 40 years to make things happen. Now, as Mr. Elstead comes on up, let's give him a little round of applause. Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Elstead, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Todd. I'm just going to move this just a little bit. All of my days singing in a gospel quartet, the microphone a little closer. Is that better? Can you guys make the sound out a little better? Okay, fantastic. Thanks for having me. You know, I think about this school year, and actually let's go back to last spring and where we're at. When I look at this group of people sitting in here, this is the group that continues to look up and say, what's next? So I'm a big watcher of The West Wing. And those of you that have watched The West Wing before, the mantra from President Bartlett, when something doesn't go right, is, what's next? For those of you that are retiring at the end of this year, you're asking yourself, what's next? And all of you might have an idea as to what might be next. But when it came to the education of our children, there was nothing that stood in the way of you saying, what's next? Hey, Jeff, we've got these beautiful new buildings, and we're going to be here on Labor Day at midnight moving furniture into buildings. What's next? Hey, Jeff, we're going to have major kind of racial incidents happen in our district. And you said, we're going to persevere, we're going to be better, and what's next? And now we're going to throw a global pandemic on top of it, and you just dig deeper, and you find what it means to relate with kids, whether we're looking at a little screen in a Brady Bunch group, or you're in person with kids part of the time, and sometimes not. But again, you said, what's next? As I look out in this crowd, I see lots of friends, lots of people. I see people that I sing in choir with. I'm looking at Monica here. I see people that I stood in the basement of the state capitol and so proudly was there with Jen as the plaque was given with the class that she brought through that assignment. Those are the kind of things that amaze me. I've sat on soccer sidelines with Katie Holzerlin for many, many years. All of these memories, not only are you and have you dedicated your life to the education of our children, but you're great people. And in this world, we need great people. And so when you walk away, those of you that are retiring, when you walk away from this, you will still be the great people that our students in our community look up to. Now, contrary to some belief, there are lots of people in our community that have had a 13-year internship in education and are fairly confident they know how to run a school district or that they know how to teach. But when I ask every single one of them and I look them in the eye and say, if you were to develop your own personal Mount Rushmore, who would be there? There's not one of them that doesn't say, one of my teachers. Congratulations to the retirees. Congratulations to our years of service and those of you that are up for Teacher of the Year. I am so blessed to work in this school district and work with people like you that just continue to say, what's next? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Elstead. My portion of this is to introduce and provide a little opportunity for us and those that are online to see our 25 and 30-year honorees. So to echo some of the words that have been shared already, it is pretty amazing, not only to just be a part of Owatonna, part of the Owatonna School District, but to just an honor to be in the presence of the people that we have here tonight. So it is truly a blessing. I look across, and just like Mr. Elstead said, each and every one of us is a small group that's here tonight, but to be able to know that I know each of you personally I've been able to work with many of you and know your hearts. Truly great and amazing people, and again, an honor to see you and be able to celebrate you. So for the 25 years of service, we'll start with Todd Andricks. Todd's been teaching since I got to put my glasses back on. Some of us have been here a little longer, haven't we? Since 1996, okay, teaching up at the high school, graduate from Gustavus Adolphus. Again, as you read the highlights in this program, you're going to see truly a thread of kids. You know, our job is all about our students and providing great opportunities, and 25 years of service it's awesome. So, Todd, congratulations. Next up is Lynn Jensen. Again, also started teaching in 1990. She's a teacher at Washington Elementary School, grades K through 5 special education. Again, one of her favorite things is just many of the things that we always love, that when you come to school every single day, you have everything laid out, but you never know what's going to happen. There's always something exciting when you're dealing with all the kids. And so just enjoying that, and that's something that she loves, and lots of memorable moments. So again, congratulations, Lynn. Yeah. Next up, we'll honor Dan Lear. Dan's been teaching since 1988. He teaches up at the high school and has been teaching 10th through 12th language arts. And I do like his phrase, you know, what happens in his area stays in his area. If you know Dan, he is a man of few words, oftentimes quiet spoken, and just, again, a great heart. I've had the opportunity to do some coaching with Dan, and our kids played ball together. So again, another one of those outstanding people that we have in our community and our education system. So Dan, thank you for your years of service here in Owatonna. Moving to our 30 years of service, William McClintock, teaching since 1991, teaches over at Wilson Elementary School. And again, talk about a guy that pours his heart and loves kids. I've had the opportunity to teach summer school with Bill for many years, and just the relationships that he builds it's a blast to watch him. So Bill, congratulations, and thank you for your 30 years of service here in Owatonna. Our next honoree is Kevin Stelter. Again, 30 years. He started teaching in 1989. He's a teacher up at the high school, teaching 9th through 12th grade math. Again, Kevin had the opportunity to work with Kevin in the Owatonna Education Association. Again, just an outstanding guy, track coach, you know, lots of different things that he's involved in, and so blessed to have each of these people in our district. So thank you, Kevin, for your service 30 years. I'll introduce Gary Schwartz, president of our retired teachers.
Well, in keeping with the theme that was started a minute or two ago, what's next? We have certificates suitable for framing for all of our retirees, and you will be getting those in your school mailbox in the next few days. The Owatonna Retired Educators has 75 members, $10 annual dues, but since you are retiring, your first year dues are free. So you are welcome, as well as all area retirees. What's next for you? Well, we meet the second Monday of every month. It's usually a social gathering, but we do have 3 business meetings. We have one fundraiser during the year, and that's a collection for hats, gloves, and mittens for the elementary schools in the Owatonna area. We also work with the Minnesota legislature and the retired educators for pensions and school financing. So what's next? Please join us for one of those Monday meetings. And we do have a $50 check for the Mickelson Scholarship Fund, which is the only fundraiser donation of money that we make during the year. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak.
Good call on moving the mic, Mr. Elstead. Thank you. For the retirees, we're going to start bringing you up at this point, but I do want to, one person couldn't be with us tonight, and that's Ann Christensen. Ann has taught health in Owatonna for many years, and she unfortunately had to still be at track practice today. It's as the seasons are winding down and they've been compressed, she felt the need to be there. So I want to make sure that we honor Ann Christensen and her retirement as our first retiree. Jen, I'm going to give you just 1 second before I bring you up here. Ellen Peterson has done this for several years, and she makes us look awesome. I show up, and she straightens ties and fixes everything. The table settings are perfect. And she's got some friends in the back. Jen Kozalik and AJ Franco have also been helping her. So let's give them a round of applause. Thank you all for your hard work. And Jen, I said I wasn't going to say much, but I do want to thank you for all the years that you have made the Mickelson Scholarship. You've taken it to the next level. We've got some great people in line to follow you up, of course, because you picked who was going to follow you up. But I do want to thank you for that. So Jen Hansen, our first retiree, come on up.
Well, and Ellen, I'm already breaking the rule. She sent out an email that we should prepare something. I didn't. I'm retired. I don't have to do homework anymore. I just want to say thank you. I think that I am one of the only retirees probably that has started my Owatonna career in 1970. Don't do the math, that's not when I started teaching. I went to school here in Owatonna. I'm a McKinley monkey. I went to school at Owatonna Junior High School, and I graduated in 1982 from Owatonna High School. It has been an absolute pleasure to come back and teach in a school that you went to. Owatonna is a community like no other. And those of you that have gone to school, Mark, Katie, you know you have that feeling. It's a very special place. My best mentors, starting in elementary school. Many of you know Yvonne Anderson, my 4th grade teacher, and Joyce Kronberg, my 5th grade teacher, and Marcia Anderson, Marcia Sullivan, my 5th grade teacher, and Gary Brandt, my 6th grade teacher. I remember all of these people because they influenced who I am. In 3rd grade, I ran for treasurer. My motto was, save a penny, vote for Jenny. I lost to Donnie Knuckles. That started my leadership in Owatonna, way back when I moved to Owatonna. This is an amazing community, and we have all been fortunate enough to teach here, and not only have those mentors as we go through school, but to be those mentors to kids. And so, I want to thank you. I want to thank the OEA. I want to thank Tony. I want to thank the administration. Thank my fellow teachers. It has been an amazing 33 years at Owatonna Public Schools, 27 of them in the classroom and 5 years at the district office. And now I just want to educate you newbie retirees a little bit, because that's what we do, we educate, right? Your Sundays are the new Friday. You're not going to grade papers. You're not going to plan. You're going to be able to watch TV, sit on the deck, have a glass of wine, and enjoy your life. Enjoy those years that you spent teaching. You're going to be able to jump in the car with your significant other and flip a coin. Are we going north or are we going south? Where are we going today? What are we going to do? You're going to be able to enjoy that time with grandchildren and your children. And it's time well deserved. And it is absolutely glorious. And when I left the school, I thought, this school is for sure going to fall apart. They're never going to get by without me. And after my first week, my husband said, well, you haven't gotten a call. School didn't burn down. They're still running. They're still having class. I guess it's okay. And it can be really emotional. That first week was emotional. It's going to be okay. And as my husband said, the first week that I was home and I started making lists of all the things we had to get done, he says, we got tomorrow and the next day and the day after that. You don't have to get it all done at once. Enjoy the retirement. It's a blessing. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. And if you follow her on Facebook, you'll know that she's got most of her projects done already, so we'll see how many more come. Did Lauren show up or no? Okay, she hinted that she might show up, so why don't you come on up? Just for those of you that are at home, we are socially distanced, everybody's spaced out, we're in good shape. So you may see a little bit of lag time between us calling up folks. But we talked earlier about maybe having your daughter introduce you, but we thought, no, we better keep everything, so I wasn't sure if she'd try. Wasn't sure.
That's funny. She begged Lori Peglow that she would sit in the back because it's her church. So, and Lori said no. So drinks later with Lauren. Yeah. I would just like to say, I met my husband Dan when I was 17 years old, and that was 40 years ago. We've been married almost 38 years now, and Dan has been by my side as I went to college. I got my teaching degree, and I started teaching in Owatonna. We had 2 beautiful daughters, and he was super dad. Before there was super dad, he was super dad. And I went to school during the summer, and I went to night school after I taught all day, 2 times a week. And Dan was there. He did mom jobs. Before Mr. Mom was who you were supposed to be, my husband was that guy. He's been the one who listened to all my stories, some funny, some sad, and just some downright boring, over and over again. He just kept listening or pretended to listen. I never wanted an answer or a solution from him, but I just had to share it. He worked through the frustrations I felt during the decades of teaching and the uncertainty I felt at times that I wasn't good enough. He watched me as I checked out books from the library in the 1990s before the internet. And he'd say, "Oh my God, what happened today?" And I would look for new jobs. And I'd say, "I don't think I can do this anymore." And he'd say, "There's something more for you. Just look. Make a change. Look within." That's what we do at Federated. And I listened to him. He counseled me, and he helped me, and he never criticized or commented on all the money I spent at Walmart for my other students, as my kids called them, for prizes and candy. He just went along with it, and he knew I loved what I did, and he supported me all the way, 33 years. This man supported me, and I'm so grateful to you, Dan. I couldn't have done it without you. And now I can't wait to go to the other side and have our next 33 years together. This career has allowed me the chance to do what I loved and to be the wife, mother, and grandmother to those that I love the most. A special thanks to my mom and dad. My dad was an elementary principal. I lived every day and I saw how much it took out of him. But I also saw how much he loved it. And I couldn't think of a greater career than to be part of those children and families' lives. I've always had their support, and I love them so much, as I love our kids and our grandkids. I have met and worked with the most wonderful people on this earth. I know that those closest to me know how I feel about them and the impact they've had on me. Thank you so much. I really want to thank the OEA for putting this thing together. Pandemic and all, I'm so grateful for all the work that you've done. You protected my rights for 33 years, and that doesn't go unnoticed. And thank you for the support. I've told many people that I feel like Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry had a hit TV show for many years. He decided to cancel his show while the ratings were high. People still liked watching him. I know we did. And we would have watched him even more, but Jerry looked forward to doing other things. Me too. I love teaching. I could continue, but I've never wanted to teach because I had to. I didn't want to become bitter, and I didn't want to lose my patience or my joy for it. Here's a quick story. I have so many. I have 2 books full of them. One day I'm at the whiteboard, and I'm writing something on the board, and Gavin says to me, "Mrs. Henriksen, where do you work?" And I thought, what? And I turned around slowly, and he said, "Where do you work?" And I said, "Well, I work here." And he said, "Do you get paid?" And guiltily, I felt so guilty because they all looked at me with anticipation, and I said, "Yeah, I get paid." And the look on their faces was of disbelief that I got paid to hang out with them all day. It was like, really? And then they asked, "Well, where do you work after school?" And I'm happy to say that I thought they thought that it was so much fun teaching that I must have earned my money someplace else. But I didn't. My wish for all of you with children that work with children is that you continue to enjoy what you do. Working with children and their families brings us many ups and downs, but so much joy. Please remember the reason why you went into this career when you started. Laugh as much as you can because crying is necessary. Just look at me. I'm a freaking wreck. But it's not as much fun. The advice I give to my daughters, and I will share with you also, is to keep your light bright and don't let anyone snuff it out. Don't let anyone snuff out your joy or your light. I'm very grateful to have had 33 years doing what I love here in Owatonna. Thank you so much.
Well said, Amy. Well said, and thank you. This is fun, and one of the things that you're going to, those of you that are here, obviously, are going to feel it, but those of you that are at home, if you get a chance to come to the banquet next year, not a dry eye in the place. At least if there is still a dry eye, there won't be by the time this is done. Monica Knold, would you come on up and share your story?
I have always been a big fan of the OEA banquet for many reasons. At the end of a long, hard year, celebrating with colleagues is delightful. It's really enjoyable to sit down with people that you love and you respect and enjoy a glass of wine and some good stories. I am surprised, as we all are, to be standing on the very same stage that I sing in choir with Jeff. I did not think that was going to be happening this year, but am so delighted as I look out and, Amy, you started this. As I look out and see such wonderful colleagues that I respect so much. Thank you to the OEA, to Ellen Peterson and her team together, putting this time together, this celebration for this afternoon together. We really appreciate all your efforts. And also a big thank you to Trinity Lutheran Church for allowing us to use our beautiful space. Congratulations on a job well done to our Teacher of the Year candidates and to our 25 and 30-year honorees and also fellow retirees. As has been stated before, what a year this has been. I only know that we are all stronger because of what we endure, and this year only proves that in many ways. 32 years ago, I moved to Owatonna after teaching in Sioux Falls, South Dakota for 6 years. I was a newlywed in a community I had never heard of before. And Elmer Riesland and Paul Mostry took a chance on me and hired me into special education at the newly opening Willow Creek Intermediate School. I will be forever grateful to them for this, as it began an adventure of many great years teaching here, and also lifelong friendships. Another huge thank you goes out to Diane Larson. And many of you know Diane Larson. She's classic for her high-heeled shoes and lots of energy. As a principal at Washington Elementary, she allowed me to take a big leap once again in my career from special education to a regular education classroom, as I had already done once before when teaching in Sioux Falls. I'm also very thankful that I had the opportunity to work in professional development on the Compass team in Owatonna. My growth as an educator through my interactions with our wonderful teachers in this district was amazing. I have had the privilege of working with many wonderful teams of teachers and paras, EAs, and administrators. The colleagues I have worked with have supported me through good and very challenging days. Without them as mentors and friends, I would not be the teacher I am today. It definitely takes a village. As the oldest of 5 children, former choir director, Sunday school teacher, camp counselor, and elementary teacher, and being a parent, my greatest joys have always involved being surrounded by children and all the things they have taught me all along with the laughter and the joy they bring. As the seasons of life have unfolded, I have taught children of my former students and even had former colleagues or former students become colleagues, and one is here tonight, Jessica. It is now time for me to move on. Before, I am teaching their grandchildren. Now is the time for me to spend more time with my very beautiful and important granddaughter, Juniper, my own grown children, my husband Kurt, and my aging mom. In a quote from James A. Michener, he states, "The master in the art of living makes little distinction between work and play. My life will always be full when I can look into the faces of children. So, you just might see me subbing in schools or volunteering." In closing, teaching is one of the most challenging and yet rewarding careers, and I would not have changed anything about it in my 38 years in education. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica, and thank you for all your time on the executive board. I've appreciated working with you. Our next honoree is Rose Ragetz. Now, Rose might not know this, but from time to time, I would just stop in the hallway. She was on the first floor of the high school, and she would be working with students who have all sorts of difficulties, and she is absolutely the most patient person in the world. She has a strength about her, a determination to force the kids to do just a little bit more, to be just a little bit better. And it would blow me away. See, I started off teaching in the Ag building, and I would have to walk through or walk into the building to get my mail and then walk out into the Ag building to teach for the day. And I'd walk by her room, and I'd see her doing this day in and day out, and she just blew me away. And Rose, I don't know that I've ever said that to you, but I want to thank you for that, because there are days when we've all had those days. You'll hear those stories of we've had those days. But Rose never seemed to have those days. She always seemed to have a great day. And one of the things that I learned from her a little bit later on, actually just last year, was she said, one of the things I like to do is teach kids life skills, and one of them is to shred paper. And she would shred paper, and she went through so many shredders. She finally couldn't afford to keep buying shredders. But she said one of the things that we do is we talk about letting things go and moving on. And you're going to hear about the crazy year that we've had, or years that we've had. But in the end, we're all in a better place, and I think our school district has been better because of Rose Ragetz. Let's give Rose a round of applause. Wendy Rasp is our next victim. I mean, just kidding. Wanted to lighten up because I'm sure you're going to make us cry too, so Wendy Rasp.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm a rule follower, mostly, kind of. I did write down my speech and what I wanted to say, and I left it at school. Steve asked me if I wanted to drop by and get it. I said, no. I would like to thank the OEA, our administrators, Jeff Elstead, for the opportunity to serve our community here in Owatonna, because I felt and feel that teaching was a calling for me. And in my calling, I had two roles of that. One was to grow as an individual and improve in my craft of teaching. The other part of my calling was to be with children, to love them and to guide them. And I loved walking with each and every one. You know, I feel like standing up here being honored is a wonderful thing. It really is, and I appreciate the time, but I would be remiss if I were not to recognize that when the district presented me with a contract and I signed it, they weren't only getting me, they were getting the entirety of my support system. And so tonight on virtually, I have my son Jake, who lives near Napa, California. Yes, we will spend the winter there. And our two daughters who live in Minneapolis, Rebecca and Ella. Very proud that they were a part of the Owatonna system as well. But even more, my husband Steve, who has stood by me. You've heard that part yet tonight as well. He cheered me and he encouraged me. Through all those evenings of long planning, he nurtured our children. And so I appreciate being recognized tonight, but I'd also like to recognize my husband, Steve, for his service to our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wendy. Gentlemen, you've left us all big shoes to fill. Thank you. Our next honoree is Jerry Struess, and I've been told by the powers that be that we need to keep moving along. So, Jerry, I'm just going to share a quick story that is in here, a connection that I have with you. She's an ECFE teacher, been teaching since 1975, and she said that a kindergartner gave her an old-fashioned heart-shaped ashtray with a little red rose on it. And of course, she was polite, and she said, "Thank you," to the little girl, and the little girl said, "Well, we got this at a garage sale, and I told Mom that you don't smoke, but she said to give it to you anyway." You never know what's going to happen. You never really know what to expect. And speaking of not knowing what to expect, I'm not 100% sure how this is going to work, but Dylan gives me the thumbs up, and Ellen's looking like this is going to work. So our next honoree, let's give Jerry a quick round of applause. We're going to shoot for having a video go here from Mr. Van Swank, our next honoree.
Hi, everybody. I've been all over the place as far as what to say here, and I keep landing on, I just basically want to say thank you. Thank you to all for the opportunity to work with you over the past 29 years. Thank you to the Owatonna Education Association for all that you do in support of educators. Thank you, Owatonna teachers, the best of the best at educating our students. And of course, we know that educating is not all that we do. We also help to grow and nurture our students, in many cases, as if they were our own children. We help prepare them for their futures, and we have high hopes for them and encourage them as they develop into very capable young adults. And we also know that we do not work alone. It truly does take a village to raise and grow and nurture our young people. So, I thank all of you who work alongside teachers all of you who work at or are involved with our schools in any way, all of our support staff, and all of our administration. Thank you. I think it was Neil Armstrong, when accepting an honor in front of his coworkers at NASA, that said, "You are my people, and I'm proud to be one of you." So, thanks to all of you, my colleagues, especially those I work with closely on a daily basis in the science department, a group of very dedicated and supportive people. And lastly, over the past several years, Mary and I have been working on a lake property up by Park Rapids, Minnesota, and we look forward to spending more time up there. We really enjoy the outdoors, and we'll be walking and hiking and camping and boating, and we look forward to spending more time with our families, which does include 6 grandkids. And the first one is graduating from high school this year. So, it's been a pleasure and an honor and an honor to work with such fine people. I will miss you. Thank you, and I love you all.
Walters, I'm going to have to find some way to get back at you because I know you would be humorous at this point because you said that every day was like Christmas, and that's why you didn't want to ever leave. Our next honoree is Dean Walters, and since he didn't show up, I promised him that I wouldn't say too much, and I know that we need to keep moving. So let's give Dean a round of applause. Thank you, Dean, for all your time. Churchill, if you're watching, we can get him at the high school event. At this point, I want to introduce our 2020 Teacher of the Year, Miss Jess Wagner. Jess, come on up.
Hello. Tonight is one of my favorite nights because it's a night to celebrate dedication and passion and all the talents that are in our district. As we honor the retirees and the years of service honorees, we also celebrate a group of teachers that time and time again bring out the best in their classrooms and our buildings. And so I'd like to offer a congratulations to Katie and Mark and Teresa and to Jamie. I'm sorry, I lost my spot for a second, and you're not sitting in alphabetical order. Jamie, and also to Carrie on this honor that has been bestowed upon you by your other teachers. Congratulations. And what a year. What a year, you guys. With that, I've enlisted a little help from the people who love and know you best. And we're going to hear what they witness on a daily basis. So, Dylan, I think you're ready. All right, let's hear what they all had to say.
Hi, my name is Sherry McCartney, and I have been the EA in Katie's room for over the last 12 years. It has been such an honor and pleasure working alongside her. She has inspired me to be a better person. She is so caring and thoughtful, loving, intelligent, and insightful. Not too many people get to come to work every day and be with one of your best friends. Katie does such an amazing job with every single child. She makes each one of them feel like they're her very favorite. She's constantly finding fun materials and new ways to teach a concept to just make learning a blast. She is incredibly detailed and organized and does such a great job helping each child to reach their milestones. Congratulations, Katie, on your nomination. It is so well deserved. I'm so proud of you.
Hello, this is my recommendation for my Katie Hoserland for her Teacher of the Year nomination. I am so blessed to work with Katie and have gotten to work with her for this is our 8th year together. As a team member, she is kind and thoughtful and will share anything and help keep you sane most of the time. As a teacher, she is an expert on kindergarten learners. She is also so understanding for her babies. She's patient, she's loving. She is the all around best package you could have. I'm so lucky to work with her, and Katie, I hope that you will be our next Teacher of the Year.
Hello, I am Stephanie Kingland, and I am excited and thrilled that you, Katie Hoserland, were nominated for Teacher of the Year. You are an amazing teacher, you're an amazing teammate, mentor, and I get to call you friend as well. You are so caring, you're compassionate, you give 100% to your students, their families, and your team. I am so thankful that I get to call you friend as well as coworker. Congratulations, Katie. I cannot believe how excited we are all for you. Congratulations and good luck.
Hi, my name is Amy Henriksen, and I am thrilled that Katie Hoserland has been nominated for Teacher of the Year this year. Katie and I started teaching in Owatonna in 1987. I know, it's been a long time, 33 years. I am so honored to know her and to have worked with her and to call her one of my good friends. Katie is joy, sunshine, laughter, passion. She's all the good things that a teacher should have inside of them. Katie loves to see the kids and their smiles and the work and meet the parents and get to know the families. And she loves to work with all the staff. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say a negative thing about Katie Hoserland. She is so deserving of this honor. Thank you so much for recognizing the good works that Katie Hoserland does for Owatonna schools.
Hi, Mrs. Hoserland. You're the best teacher ever. Bye. Hi, Mrs. Hoserland. You're the best teacher in the whole wide world. Mrs. Hoserland, you make us do the big. I want to come and stop. We love you, Mrs. Hoserland.
Congratulations on your nomination.
Hey, Mark, congratulations on your nomination for Teacher of the Year. You know, one of the things that I value most about our friendship is the professional and philosophical conversations that we've had over education. And I know we talk about sports, we talk about other things for golfing, whatever, but you know, some of the most impactful conversations I've had regarding my classroom teaching has been with you. It's just so eye-opening to see, you know, how you incorporate equity, how you're building relationships with students, how you're trying to make the curriculum so much more engaging to your kids, and you approach everything with a creative nature, but you're also doing it because you know it's what's best for kids. And I think at the core, that's what makes you a really good teacher. I just think about my son. He still talks about the conversations and the stories that you had, you know, 6 years ago when he was in 5th grade. And that's invaluable. If you're leaving all of your kids with something like that, I think that's an amazing accomplishment in your career, and you should be so honored for that, and you should be recognized for all your hard work and the way that you make education engaging for all. Not only do you sharpen your kids every day, you sharpen those around you by the trust that you build and the leadership that you show to be able to do the right thing at the right time. And so this is completely deserving for you. I wish you all the luck. Congratulations, buddy. See ya.
Congratulations, Mark, on being nominated for Teacher of the Year. You couldn't be more worthy. I am so blessed to have been able to work on the same team as you for 10 plus years. I learned so much from you, and I know your students learn so much from you every single day. You are such a people person. You're always working on building relationships with students and staff, whether it is a friendly hello, of course with the Mark wave, or sitting down and having genuine conversations. You want to know about other people and their story, and it shows. You also, of course, make learning so engaging, not only with your creative games and activities that you do, but through your storytelling. You do a great job sharing your past history with a moral of the story tied into it. Oftentimes, we sit at the dinner table with my daughter who shares your stories, and we chuckle and we laugh and we talk about the awesome learning that she's gained from that story. And of course, we can't forget about your dad jokes. It's been a pleasure to have you as a coworker and friend for so many years. I'm so proud of you, Mark.
Mr. Langlois, congratulations on being nominated for Owatonna Teacher of the Year. Mark, I've had the privilege of knowing you since you started in the district and we worked on math curriculum committee together. We worked hard, but we shared a lot of laughs. I'd hoped that someday in my career I'd be able to work with you as a teacher, but that didn't always seem like a reality. 4 years ago, I was lucky enough to be placed on a team with you at McKinley. From the time I met you, I knew there was something very special about you. You see, you have this ability to question and to get others deeply thinking to make sure that what we are doing is what's best for kids. You're never satisfied with good, and you push others to reflect to make sure things are great. You're so kind and caring. You take time to get to know your students and staff, and we all feel that genuine love. You have the ability to make people laugh and to laugh at yourself. You have the ability to problem solve and to come up with many options. However, I'll question if you always pick the best option. I think you know what I mean. Well, anyhow, Mark, Owatonna is fortunate to have you as an educator. Your students are extremely lucky to have you as their teacher. Colleagues couldn't ask for a better coworker, and I am so blessed to call you my friend. Congratulations, buddy.
You help us when we need help. He's an awesome teacher. He's a good influencer. He helps us when we need help.
He's funny. He gives us good advice to do our work.
He makes learning fun. He has a great personality.
He has good jokes. He's caring.
Congratulations, Teresa Melcher. What an honor it is that you are up for Teacher of the Year. Thank you so much for all you've done for me. I'm a better person because of you. It's an honor to call you my friend. I enjoy every moment being with you. You're a beautiful person. Enjoy your night, and again, congratulations.
Hey, it's a great honor to be able to speak for Teresa Melcher as one of our candidates for Owatonna Teacher of the Year. When it comes to Teresa, I think of 5 points that I'd like to share. Connections with her students. She does a wonderful job keeping high expectations for them, holding them accountable, the care that she has for them, and then just overall just the fun that she has with her students each day. Second thing is classroom structure, the way she lays out her classroom, as well as how the time she spends on lesson planning and how she lays out lessons that are structured well, that provide opportunities for our students to succeed. Third thing, just the dedication to our district. She has spent many years on curriculum committees and has done some marvelous work to make sure that each teacher has opportunities to succeed as well with the curriculum that they have. Fourth thing is just her overall demeanor. It is fun to be around her because she's always calm. She always has great words of wisdom, and she can always bring people together. She's a great teammate as well as a wonderful teacher, and I appreciate all the things that she does for our district and the opportunities she provides for our students to be successful. So for that, Teresa, best of luck with this. And as far as I'm concerned, you are a great candidate for our Owatonna Teacher of the Year. Good luck.
Teresa Melcher, you are truly a wonder. I am not at all surprised that you have been nominated for Teacher of the Year. 3 of my 4 kids have had you for 5th grade, so I have known you as a parent before I know you as a coworker. And there are just no words to describe how amazing you are. My kids learned so much from you about determination and pushing themselves to be the very best version of themselves and all the things that they are able to do. And I am so blessed to teach across the hall from you and have you as a daily reminder of what's important and what we need to get done and how we can love on these 5th graders. You are amazing, and I'm so thankful for you. Congratulations on your nomination.
17 years ago, I met Teresa Melcher for the first time. Little did I know that this woman who was going to be my mentor would also turn out to be a role model to me in being a great friend and being a great mom. Teresa is consistent. She is loyal. She is dedicated. She has high expectations for all of her students. And she has this just very calming effect on all the kids. And she absolutely deserves to be Teacher of the Year for an abundance of reasons. And it's more than just because she's an excellent teacher. It's because she's one of the best humans I know. And I'm blessed to call her my friend. Good luck, Teresa.
Good job, Miss Melcher, for doing the Teacher of the Year.
Good luck, Mrs. Melcher.
Good luck, Mrs. Melcher.
Good luck, Mrs. Melcher. One thing that I love about Mrs. Melcher, she's always pushing us to do our best. Good luck, Mrs. Melcher.
Good luck, Miss Melcher.
So Mrs. Melcher, she's a kind and caring teacher, and she pushes me to do stuff.
Good luck, Miss Melcher.
Good luck, Mrs. Melcher.
Good luck.
You're the best teacher so far. Good luck, Miss Melcher.
One thing I like about Miss Melcher is she shows that she cares.
Good luck, Miss Melcher. Good luck, Mrs. Melcher.
Good luck, Mrs. Melcher. Good luck, Miss Melcher. Good luck, Mrs. Melcher. Good luck, Mrs. Melcher.
Words to describe Miss Randall.
Jamie is on. Words her coworkers would use to describe Jamie Randall. Our best friend. Congratulations, Jamie.
What makes Carrie Wisty a great candidate for Teacher of the Year? I would say more than anything, what makes her a great candidate is her passion. Her passion for what she teaches, and more importantly, for who she teaches it to. She's very passionate about what we do, our curriculum in PE, but she's even more passionate about her students. She will give her students whatever they need, however they need it, whenever they need it. She's not afraid to give up her prep. She does all kinds of things because she does what is best for her students at that single time. And that is what a great teacher does. Another thing that helps her be a great teacher, in my opinion, is she pushes the people she works with. She doesn't do it on purpose, but she just does it because she's that good. You see her and you want to be like her, and you want to have the same thing and do the similar stuff to what she does, because that's what good teaching is. Good luck, Carrie.
When it comes to thinking what makes Carrie Wisty a great candidate for Teacher of the Year, I could truly go on and on and on about all of the different things that she does such a good job at. But one strength of hers that really sticks out to me especially is her dedication to engaging all of her students that she teaches, and just the passion that she has for the subject area. The creative juices are always flowing in Carrie Wisty's mind, and I love to see the fun and engaging lessons that she creates for her students. When it came to distance learning this past winter, I like to say that Carrie was kind of the engine behind creating all of our online lessons. Carrie had a vision for having a specific theme for each of the skills that we had our students working on, and before you know it, Mark Clausen Carrie and myself were in clown costumes. We had a circus tent in our gym, and we were just having the time of our lives teaching live PE to our students. Our students absolutely loved those lessons. They loved all of the other different things that we did. And that's just a testament to what Carrie does for her students on a daily basis. So Carrie, I just want to say thank you for being such an amazing teammate, mentor, colleague, and person. On behalf of all of us at Washington Elementary and our PE team, Carrie, I wish you the best. Good luck.
What makes Carrie Wisty the perfect candidate for Teacher of the Year is her ability to always give. I had the honor of actually having her as my teacher for student teaching, and then we actually just went through our master's program together, and she is constantly thinking of new ideas to improve her classroom for her kids. She always wants to give them an opportunity to lead, an opportunity to obviously be moving, and then an ability to learn from each other. The best part is she does this while providing such a safe place for all of her kids to be included. Carrie Wisty, you are more than deserving of this award, and I wish the best of luck to you.
Ready?
Good luck, Miss Wisty.
Something that I like about Miss Wisty is that she's challenging and she's fun. She doesn't make us do boring stuff all day. She makes us work hard in a fun way. And I like that she's kind to everyone and she pushes people. Good luck, Mrs. Wisty.
I think what makes Mrs. Wisty a good teacher is she's really encouraging to all of us. She comes up with fun activities, and she always wants us to do our best and to have a choice on how we exercise. Good luck, Mrs. Wisty.
Miss Wisty was very proactive about every student, and she cared about each and one of us. And just great job, Miss Wisty.
It didn't matter how good you were at an activity, she still cheered you on. Good luck, Miss Wisty.
My favorite part of her was her energy. Good luck, Miss Wisty.
Right? What an amazing group of candidates and finalists. I get the honor of announcing the 2021 Teacher of the Year. And I haven't looked. I'd like to offer my congratulations to Mark Langlois. Please come on up.
Wow. I did prepare something because I was talking to a teacher today at the end, and I didn't want to get up here and just in case this happened and just babble like a fumbling fool. So I just, first of all, I'm so honored to receive this award. Just knowing that all of my peers and my colleagues from ISD 761, I just am so honored to be able to receive this award. There's just so many great teachers in this district, and to be Teacher of the Year, I'm just so thankful and honored to do that. I do want to congratulate our other nominees. They were amazing group of people. The videos definitely showed that, and if we could just give them another round of applause, they're so well deserving. There's just so many. I wouldn't be up here without thanking just so many people. And first I do want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He's the one that gives me strength and the talents to have the opportunity to do this great occupation. It is the best job in the world. I know kids ask me that a lot, what did you want to be when you grew up, and all those things. And I had a lot of dreams and different things, but I'm so thankful that I was led and called to be in the area of teaching. I want to thank my parents. My parents taught me just the value of hard work, and I'm so thankful. They taught me a lot of lessons beyond that. I'm the first educator in the family. I'm not a big, long string of educators, and they supported me in whatever I wanted to do, and I'm so thankful that they supported me in this journey of being an educator. They valued education. My mom was a nurse, and I remember I was just growing up. I was in middle school, and my mom went back to school, and she got her master's degree. And I remember just how impactful that was for me. At the time, I had no idea how impactful that was, but it meant so much to see my mom go back and get a college education and then a master's degree, which her previous parents did not. So I'm so thankful for that. I can't not talk about Mrs. Bergen. Everybody has a teacher that was impactful, and that was Mrs. Bergen for me. She was my third grade teacher. She was the first one who truly believed in me. I was kind of the kid that was the best pretend reader out there. I was the one that was at recess that came in that was super intense and super competitive and talking about recess for the next 10 minutes. But she was the one that really believed in me. She was the one that cared for me. She made learning fun every single day. And I had the great opportunity of being able to volunteer when I was in college and go back into her classroom. And as I was looking into education, and that's when I decided to become a teacher. So I'm so thankful for her and her impact on me. Next, I have to thank my administrators who took a chance on me. I've had so many great administrators, whether at the district level or at the school level. They have pushed me in the area of instruction. They always celebrate our school and individual successes. And also they cared for me when life is hard. And I'm so thankful for them. And then I want to thank my students. It was so fun to see them up there. Oftentimes they teach me much more than I even teach them. They teach me things like humility. They teach me things about grit. They teach me about things of willingness to try new things every day. They get to know their new classmates. They work with different partners all the time. And I'm so thankful for them and what they teach me every day when I come to work. Next, I have to thank my coworkers. I would not be here tonight if it wasn't for my coworkers, my friends, my teammates. That includes my co-teaching partners, my paras, all the educators that I have the opportunity to work with. They've invested in me every single day. They lift me up. They push me always to do what is best for kids. And that's what I've really appreciated about Owatonna Schools, is the motto of that we always do what's best for kids. And as all of you know, being in the education field, good teachers steal ideas from other teachers and they make them their own. Almost every single one of my ideas or games or activities is from somewhere else, and it's from a teacher that's in the school. So I can't thank them enough for everything that they have done for me. And as I wrap up, before this last year, I knew educators were some of the most creative, flexible, caring, and hardworking people I know. I am amazed at what we have done over the last year to always do what is best for kids. This has come to light more, but has been consistent here in Owatonna for the last 13 years that I've been in this district. I am so fortunate to be a part of the ISD 761 family and being a part of Owatonna. I know some of you maybe know there's a movie that my kids like to watch often. It's called Mall Cop 2. And there's a character in there named Paul Blart, and he gives this big speech during the movie. And he ends this speech where he gets up and he says, "Help someone today." And I feel that message is really what we do as educators. Every single day we are helping someone, whether it's a student, It's a colleague, a coworker, administrator, a parent. That's what we do as educators. And I'm so thankful that I get to do that every day. Every teacher in this room or online and in our school district, no matter what your role is, you use your strengths and your gifts to teach content. But more importantly, you impact the lives of students, coworkers, and teammates. Our words and actions can change a student or an adult forever, and we have the opportunity to do that every single day. I can't wait to get back into the classroom tomorrow with my McKinley family and team tomorrow and have the opportunity to help someone out tomorrow. Thank you very much. I also want to thank the OEA, Todd, and everyone that has set up this great program. I appreciate all that you do, so thank you, OEA.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone. Dylan, we're done. Have a good night.